For more on this, let's bring in Republican Congressman Rick Crawford of Arkansas. He's the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. We're about a week in, and Hegseth and Crawford said this last night.
What Iran is doing by targeting allied countries that would otherwise want to stay out of this, they've actually pulled them into the American orbit.
What I will point out is this is now the 12th country that Iran has attacked. 12 countries, and it goes right back to the Secretary's point. Those 12 countries are none too happy, and I look forward to working with all the partners who are willing to join us in this.
You know, it's hard to ask you things that you can't talk about, which are classified, and so I'm curious if you could characterize for us the questions you are asking at this moment we are a week in, and all these other countries in the Gulf have been attacked by Iran, and now they are needing our help, and they are helping us as well.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic. What you would have expected would have been that the Iranians would try to engender some level of support from the Gulf state neighbors. Instead, they attacked them. That doesn't make any sense. My question was, and I think what we're seeing is the potential for the complete degradation of command and control, so that you have pockets here and there that are kind of acting unilaterally without any kind of cohesive leadership that may be leading to these strikes without any consideration. So they're just not communicating. I think these attacks have so degraded their ability to communicate and exercise centralized command and control that you're seeing these kinds of things continue. And I can't verify that's the case, but it seems like that might be what's contributing to these random attacks. And it's not just limited to the Gulf states, because it's my understanding that they launched an attack on others in the region. It's like they're just lashing out at every border nation that they have. I really don't understand it. It doesn't make sense. It's not having the desired effect. It's really driving those nations into our camp.
In the meantime, the Department of Homeland Security remains unfunded, and this was Hakeem Jeffries, the minority leader of the House, yesterday.
A change in personnel is not sufficient. We need a change in policy. And that has to be bold, dramatic, transformational, and meaningful. At the moment, it's not like Kristi Noem was the one who was involved in negotiating anything. She was a corrupt lackey. So we were dealing with the White House before, and we're going to continue to deal with the White House at this point.
So now we are in hostilities with Iran, and Department of Homeland Security remains partially unfunded. And it just seems like what Hakeem Jeffries is talking about is frankly unreasonable. Like, the president is never going to agree to some of those things. Is there any sort of meeting of the minds happening behind the scenes we should know about?
Well, we've put forward some really reasonable suggestions. For example, body cameras. Yeah, who doesn't want body cams? Let's do that. Even the officers say let's have body cams. It makes sense. It actually protects them as much as it does the general public. So yeah, let's do that. No, that's not good enough. Then they want to demask. Well, I've got a suggestion on identifying officers without giving away personal identifying information that's not tied to their badge number, that doesn't divulge their personal information or their address, so that they can protect their families. Nope, that's not good enough. Got to demask. These are the same people that were forcing everybody to wear a mask not long ago, but now they're trying to demask ICE agents. And don't forget about this attack that took place down in Austin. Now, I'm not suggesting that was directly handled by or instigated by or ordered by Iran or their proxies. But when you show up to the bar wearing a Property of Allah sweatshirt and you've got an Iranian flag in your truck, that's a pretty good indication who you're acting on whose behalf you're acting. And so we need to be conscious of the fact that we have a high threat level here in the United States, and now it's not the time to try to score political points on national security.
Rick Crawford, thank you. I know you're very busy. We appreciate you joining us today as we enter into the weekend. Thank you so much.
You bet. Thank you.
When you look at their